Hey everyone, it is I, Kaku, in a different setting than usual. I figured we've been gaming for quite a good chunk of time, so I should have some other thoughts that I would like to air out outside of the gaming, or just maybe thoughts on what I played, period. It's my first time doing one of these retrospective videos. I don't even think this one could even be called a retrospective, but I suppose that's the title I'll work with, for the sake of it. Where to begin? It's been, I don't know, was it 3? Was it 2 months? I've lost track since I started streaming. I can't say it's been the most well thought out stream experience ever. I mean, there were a lot of things I could have done better. I could have done a Twitter reveal better. I could have, I don't know, hyped it up for a whole month more and just keep pushing things back until I had like a bunch of people on Twitter and then cozy myself up to the community and such. I keep thinking of all the things I could have done, but at the end of the day, well, I wanted to try something eventually. The life I have outside of this was, let's just say my mind was at a dead ends. It was looking pretty... Life was just a machine, honestly, and, I was kinda listless for a while. So I decided to give the VTubing thing a try. Well, except, you know, when you're a freaking merc with, no experience in, VTubing, streaming, and all these other activities, well, you figure you gotta start somewhere. It's been an interesting journey, getting to this point. Oh man. When I first conceived of this idea, I thought it was friggin' stupid, and, you know, some part of me probably thinks it's still kinda stupid and silly, you know. Here we are, a doddering old man playing fuck knows what kind of games I'm playing at this point, and it's only gonna get even worse in the future. Oh, trust me, it's, this ain't even the most loony you'll, this ain't the most loony you'll, see. I have other plans. But back to the topic. I had no idea what the heck I was supposed to do. Was I supposed to stream games? Was I supposed to nerf my gaming skills and scream like a mad monkey as I... right. Here was one of the first ideas I had. I was going to completely gut my skill in Elden Ring. Pretend I knew nothing, and tried to fake mad reactions like all the other streamers I've seen do, and it's like, fuck, I can't do it. The Souls games are built into my hands. I can't fucking do it. So, here we are, huh? And, I can't say my first choices for games were the best ideas either. You know. Because, I mean, I was thinking to myself back then, shouldn't I pick, like, Minecraft, some flavor of the month, or, you know, something popular, something everyone likes. I guess if, you know what, never mind, I shouldn't say those thoughts. Maybe another time, another place. But, ah well. Still, all I knew back then was I had an idea. I just didn't know how to execute it. And I always kept using the excuse of tech and internet. Well, it was actually kind of a problem back then. I also didn't have a dual screen, or this powerful computer. The thing I used to have was a 2014 Potato, and the best thing it could run was Dark Souls 3 at 60. Yeah, I'd imagine if I tried running Elden Ring on that thing, it'd turn into a real shit show real fast. So... But still. One of my initial thoughts coming into this was... how do I put it? I wanted to give the games I loved a nice platform to be, you know? In the VTubing sphere, I mean. Even though I'm sure there's at least one VTuber, or maybe two out there, who's finished Max Payne 1, 2, 3, and can do something crazy like a hitless Millennial run, while entertaining a crowd of 1,000. There's gotta be someone like that. And I'm sure there's other VTubers with vast swaths of knowledge of Star Wars and all the old lore associated with it. And hell, I'm sure there's a Falcom fan around these parts somewhere, anywhere. Even though I can't find one single fucking cover of all the songs I want to hear. But one day I found the right artist. Although at first, honestly speaking, if you watch this somehow later, Kuupi, I don't know if you'll ever watch this, but I'll be honest. When I first saw her art, I really thought, well, she can draw a guy, but can she draw the guy I have a vision of? And, I just kinda chickened out for two good months. I stared at that shop, wondering, should I place the order? Should I really do this? But then, I don't know. One day, it's a funny story. I was watching a Yakuza parody. It was a parody of an old salaryman dancing. But then, when I saw the actual song, I was kinda inspired. Here it was, this old guy, old salaryman. So you know this guy has probably one of the shittier lives, dancing the night away. And in the dance, you can see the still existent flames of youth that just never really died. And it's like, you know, if an old daughter like that could have fun, could still keep going, maybe I have a shot too. Even though I feel like I'm a fucking relic at this point. I mean, shit. If you've seen my Twitter posts, it really sounds like a fucking old dude trying to fit in with the cool kids. And it's just the most embarrassing thing. Holy shit. I feel like a piece of me just died when I went through all those follow threads and such. I'm not sure what the hell I was thinking other than, maybe I'll have a little fun, troll around a bit. You know, a little light, harmless somethings. Well, that's the thought anyways. Admittedly, there is a thing I'm glad about, but we'll save that for the end. Right now, though. Well, after meeting Kuupi, after, you know, doing the good old slide into a DM and customizing my request and such, it got brought to life. And eventually I had the funds to upgrade the internet and get a second screen. Although right now it's a fucking small-ass second screen because my desk is just kinda pathetic. So, shit out of luck there for me. Still, though, when I did that debut stream, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I still question what I was doing there, because A, I forgot to hit the live button, so I did this whole long-winded cave fable spiel on what the hell I did in the past, except none of it got recorded, so I looked like a fucking idiot. Oh man, I did not know how OBS worked back then. I'd still say I don't know most of it for now, but, you know. Things can get figured out with some time. Well, how else do I put it? Sorry, let me collect my thoughts here. Right. You know, I probably should have written a script from this and read it out in the most video essayist way possible, but I'm treating it like a weird, small little diary of thoughts that I had over time. It might be short, might be long, who knows, but, you know, someone told me it might be a good idea, and I'm inclined to agree with them. Alright, where was I? So after getting all this stuff, fumbling the debut, it was kinda hard streaming to practically 0 people, and it still kinda is time to time. I'm honestly overjoyed when I get, like, one person that stays and, you know, chats a little. I don't mind if people watch it on the VODs. Actually, I'm surprised I don't mind it at all. Too much. But, funnily enough, when I was younger, one of my dreams, or, well, a thing I wanted to do, was to Let's Play. I just never had the technology at the time to do it. But seeing people like Clement be passionate as, well, oh, right. Before I go on, there was this Let's Player a long time ago, that was my idol. Now, you would think as a PNG tuber, VTuber person, my idol would be, you know, like Corone or Kiara, Hollow Ian, but no. It was this Canadian guy, a jolly old fellow, named Clement J. And I loved watching him just passionately ramble on about Sonic, Mega Man's, Final Fantasies. I loved watching those Let's Plays. Seeing someone commentate on their favorite thing and being really passionate about it. It's something that I've felt is kinda lost these days during the streaming age, as I would call it. Where you have so many, you know, reaction type contents that a lot of it just feels dispassionate as fuck and just dull. It's that or, like, no hard knocks to anyone who does this. This is my opinion, everyone has one, but just looking at clips these days that pop up on feed, it's just the most geriatric shit you've ever seen. It's like one clip of a girl being horny, the next clip of another one being yabai, and it's just... damn. I feel a piece of me died somewhere just talking about this topic, but oh well. So I thought, you know, instead of complaining about this, instead of just letting it go on and complaining more and more, I might as well give it a shot. And I did. I'm still surprised that some of these things get even one view, really. But, You know, I think of it this way. If there was one person who tuned in, I hope they had a good time. That's all I can really hope for. As for me, playing these games again, even with the camera pressure, I still had a good enough time. Sure, there's some weird glitches and frustrating moments, and at one point I thought to myself, I'm gonna be less ragey than the others, less, And I was kind of worried that doing so would just turn everyone off. But I'm surprised there is a niche for calm gaming and such. But then again, it's been a bunch of surprises. I always joke about having a third boss and how I'm trying to duck evasion. But that boss is a really nice gal. In fact, it's a funny story. I suppose I'll talk about it now. It was one random day on Reddit. I was kinda bored as fuck. And I saw a karaoke stream, 1 year anniversary, and I thought, why not? I need to study, the more down-to-earth end of VTubers. Not the high-end, HoloLive, Niji-Sanji stuff. Just, everyday folk, or mostly everyday folk. I can't say a CEO tuber is an everyday person, but... Well, then again, I can't say that for a lot of other people. 'Cause I'm fucking human, or at least, that's what I say. You may cast some doubts, but I am a fleshy human. Through and through. Just a lot of age-collected wisdom, that's all. But back to the point. What was it? Ah, right. Her singing. Holy shit. It was so good. It's like, until then, I mostly just heard the cute kind of singers, high, pitchy. Sometimes I hear the low sonatas, like, I don't know, Suisei, Okayu, but kind of rare occasion. And the songs started feeling samey and kind of geriatric almost. Well, maybe geriatric's not the right word. Stale might be it. But still. The boss's singing really enraptured me, so I gave her 2 more streams, and I joined her Discord, where I saw her running around, chatting with the members, even though she was this sorta big VTuber. Well, she was sizable, I must say, for an indie. Well, okay, I can't even say indie, but you get the point. It was a down-to-earth experience, just watching this girl run around, chat up the members, interacting, not getting treated like a number. And sure, I still have my reservations then and there. Don't tell her that. I doubt she'll stumble onto this one. Oh man, that's gonna be a nightmare to deal with. But anyways, that got me thinking. Maybe I should try anyways. You never really know, right? And, well, so I did. And these last couple of months, I would like to say I've gotten better and better. Although I've clearly forgotten about things like, I have a loading screen, the most janky one, but a loading screen nonetheless. And, well, I figured out the room. Though the first time I tried this, I kept pressing the wrong buttons, so it kept switching to the wrong places when I was streaming games, and I felt like a dumbass. But, oh well, we figured it out now, so. And thanks, everyone, for being patient with this newbie here. Right, this brings me to the last thought I have before I review the games in transit. I still think about collabs, like, who do I really want to collab with? Is it even necessary? Since, well, as you see from my GTFO and other videos, I do run with a group already. But it's like, I could stand to make a few new friends then and there, right? You know, try it out with someone else. See if I can find someone who, might have the same weird tastes I do, or is just fun to be around. Well, maybe I'll cross that bridge someday. I was gonna do a 1-month ban like HoloLive and then just, you know, go post in threads, hey, looking for collab. Except, honestly, I haven't even figured out what kind of freaking game I would want to collab on. Maybe Phasmo? Maybe Forewarned? I could do B for B, I guess. Yeah, other than that, I don't really know, nor do I think I have much of a desire. I could play MMOs like Final Fantasy XIV, but oh, man. Don't get me started on MMOs. I've been trying to detox off of one that I got addicted to for 10 years. Addiction's some serious business, man. You never know it, but at first it starts as an innocuous, free-to-play, you know, thing. Then you get heated up, you spend a bunch of money just to get in-game gold, and it just kind of goes to shit real fast. Next thing you know it, you're skipping out important, assignments just to do raids, and really fucking up your priorities, and well, that's the state we're in now. But I'd like to say I'm recovering decently well enough. It was a bleak state back then, and there's still some after effects from those days that I'm trying to work through, but well. Another story, another time. Overall, my impressions of my first couple of months is, you know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It could be worse, but alas. So, without further ado, let's get on to the games. I know I try to talk about the Payne trilogy throughout my videos on them, but you already know, and I already know, that I'm really focused on the gunplay and such. So, let's get started with number 1. I don't think I'll have too long of a thought on it, but here goes. Max Payne 1. Where do I even start with this one? Right, how I got into it. I mentioned it a few times, but to reiterate, I got into Max Payne through a John Woo video, surprisingly. It was this one on Hard Boiled, where they spliced in the Max Payne sound effects with the gun noises in the John Woo movie. And I thought, I like John Woo movies and their gunplay. Let's go check out Max Payne. And before you know it, I got enraptured in neo-noir New York, with Max trying to get revenge for his dead family. It's honestly a simple plot. Like, the man's driven by revenge, and You help guide him through the streets of New York as you put down the scum who, or try to put down the scum that killed your family. And you go through so many interesting stages of, like, grief and whatnot, as represented with the nightmare sequences, where you hear the baby cry, you hear Michelle screaming, "Max! Max!" And, man, that scene in the room of the crib where the hand is just hanging out, that's just some, And then in the second dream sequence, after Max gets knocked up with roofies from Mona, where the hallucinations get worse, and the guilt certainly gets worse. In that one, you talk about how you wish your buddy Alex was still here. And, and then it's like, you shoot a doppelganger of yourself, in a weird sort of way to represent Max thinking he killed his own family. After that, then it just plays out like a kind of a normal revenge movie. Well, I say kind of like a normal revenge movie, but to be fair, normal revenge movies don't have bullet time as their functions. Or I think most of them don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone watches this in the future. But for the most part, the gunplay is certainly very strategic in Max Payne 1. You really have to think it out. You can't just run in and expect to shoot all the goons. No, you're gonna fucking die if you try this. You gotta plan out your moves, plan out the best time to bullet time, and think about, like, how many goons you can knock out so you can fill out the bar naturally. If you're too reliant on bullet time, you're not gonna have a very good time with this game. Trust me. Holy shit. Actually, no, there's video evidence, thankfully, of me just kinda bumblefucking through the game and using the shit out of saves. For the most part, the aiming's smooth enough, I guess? If I had a personal recommended weapon for that game, if you ever play it, dual Ingrams and shotguns will, really save your bacon, especially if you know where to angle it so the fragments of the shotgun will hit the head. You can kind of snipe with the shotgun. It's a little ridiculous. Also, grenades are nice, but, they're more useful in number 2, to be honest. Due to grenades being, hotkeyed to a different key in that one, so you can have all your normal keys for guns and a separate key to throw your nade. Though, on that note, what else did I like about Payne 1? The music, I like the main theme and a couple of other ones then and there. Like, some for the gun battles near the end. But nothing really stood out too much other than the main theme. Graphics, look, it's a 2001 game. You have to think back then, it was probably one of the better looking things. And the voice acting, for the most part, for a bunch of in-house hires, I honestly would say it's not too bad. Some of my favorites was the Jack Lupino line where he rants and raves about being the wolf of Twilight Winter and how he's gonna kill them all. Oh man, whoever did that one, props to you. That was the best deranged fucking line I've heard of. Holy shit. Oh, right. And I really like the graphics comic style for Payne's 1 and 2. And I was a bit bummed out to see it kinda gone in Payne 3, but that's a separate subject. Ultimately, though, Payne 1 is a nice noir romp. A simple story of revenge and the man who decided to pursue it. The way the comics are, you know, it's got that 90s anti-hero feel to it. Or rather, the way they had filters and such on it certainly gave that old-time effect. Which was a nice touch for something like this game. Overall, I enjoyed playing Max Payne 1, and if I had to do it again for like an anniversary or something, I wouldn't mind it at all. That applies to the other two games too. But Payne 1 isn't my favorite. That one belongs to Payne 3 for me. As contentious of a choice as that is. It's a hot debate in the community. I say story-wise, Payne 1 has a simple enough story with a simple ending. Payne 2 confuses me at times. And the end is... People would argue it's solid. I'd argue it's kinda... eh? But, well, now that we're on the subject of Payne 2, let us switch to MP2, The Fall of Max Payne. Now, there were a lot of improvements in this one. The gunplay is so much better, or for me anyways. It feels like the aim's certainly better, and the trajectory of the bullets are a bit better too. You get a couple of more variety of weapons. You lose the grenade launcher. No, wait, actually no, you get kind of the same weapons now that I think about it. Shit, never mind. Only difference might be the AK-47. That's about it. You still get your dual Ingrams, dual pistols, dual... Wow, okay, you can't really dual shotguns. That would be... I'm losing my thought here. Never mind. What else? The grenades, like I mentioned earlier, are mapped to a different button. So you can press the button whenever you want the grenades, and it certainly helps in a few of the spots. The explosion delay is kinda skivvy though, so you have to aim it way ahead of time to hopefully hit the pack that you're trying to hit. Oof. The music though, that's definitely a step up. Passion vs. Duty was one of my favorite tracks in that game. Like, dang. And Poets of the Fall. What a great song. The Last Goodbye. Or was it Late Goodbye? I think it was Late Goodbye. Other than that, it still retains the strength of number 1, with the graphic comics, the voice acting. Max got a new model, and I would say it's improved. Some people like the Sam Lake comical expression model, but I like Max Payne 2's model. Okay, as for the love story and the grief and the simping with Mona, as I would joke, well, I could understand it. Max is, I mean, once you get your revenge, what else are you supposed to do when everything's gone? And this game kind of explores the logical conclusion of that. Max, stopped Nicole, but his wife and kids are friggin' dead. And his life's been so listless that, funny enough, in one of the levels, I think it was, like, when you climb into the sniper's window, you can listen to a tape recording of Max, just randomly hitting up a call girl named Mona, just because she's named Mona, then rattling out about his guilt over killing and such. And there's quite a lot of, like, I would describe it as a schizophrenic episode, although it's more like a nightmare sequence in his mind, where you have a bunch of things written in blood and his states of emotions at one point, along with Mona and one of the villains shooting him, and Max being conflicted over, either actually being a cop or trying to use Mona as his second shot at a better life, even though he's in a noir, and we all know how this is gonna end. And boy, it does not end well. Whew, boy, this game does not end very well for Max. I mean, in fact, he's back to square one, now with, spoilers, another loved one dead. Damn, this man does not catch a break. Still, it's not like the love story came out of nowhere. But, it's interesting what they do with it in the next game, where, Max Payne 3 wasn't designed by, or rather, Remedy wasn't behind that one. It was Rockstar. Anyway. I'm trying to think. What more could I Oh, I forgot one thing. Bullet time in Max Payne 2 is absurdly overpowered. Holy shit, you turn into a superhuman if you can actually, get it right. Because, it slows down time, right? But as you kill enemies, you speed up and essentially turn into Sonic. Well, they can't react for shit. You have a faster reload, where you do, like, a cool-ass pirouette, spin and reload your guns extraordinarily quick. And since you're rewarded for killing more of them, you get more meter back, so you can keep bullet time going for a very long time and just utterly demolish the competition. It's mostly apparent in Max's level. They had an interesting concept in Payne 2 where you can play as Mona for a few levels, and it makes me wonder, why the fuck didn't that come back for 3 and, we play Passos for a few fucking chapters? That would have been interesting, I think. But, well, I don't know what they're thinking, so I'm not in the, place to criticize and all. Well, if I had anything more to say. 2 story. Well, it certainly had a more personal flair to it, with Max, trying to salvage something from number 1, but life just keeps conspiring to make the guy miserable. And at the end of the game, he, spoilers, he loses Mona, his wife and child are, of course, dead. The man literally has nothing. Like, fucking nothing. He even killed someone who was his former friend, Vlad. So, this sets the stage for 3, where it just really goes to shit for, Max. Now, I suppose, then, since we're on the subject of 3, let's go on to 3. This one, I had a lot going for this one. I had it in my mind to get Kuupi to draw me another fine piece of artwork with a time limit. I do apologize for that one, and I'll hopefully never do strict time limits again, but I really wanted it for this, since it was also the 10th anniversary, so it's like, hey, 2-for-1 deal. Nice. Where do I begin with 3? For a game from 2012, it's fucking gorgeous. The scenery in Sao Paulo, holy shit. Like, the very first scene where they're standing on the rooftops with drunk partygoers, looking down at the favelas, that was... Oh, and the intro with probably the most depressing rendition of Max's theme, as we see the, well, or rather, Rockstar's vision of the consequences of 1 and 2, where Max is just boozing, blowing his brains out on painkillers and Kong whiskey, trying to go to a new place, and now he's honestly no different from the henchmen you fight in the game. Hired to just protect somebody, no passion or nothing, just mindlessly doing the job. Except since he's Max, he does it 5 times better than the goons you fight. And the man has nothing else going for him, just killing, drugs, and booze. It's like, shit, Max. And you finally see the grief just set in for Max, where that first scene is powerful. The man finally cries, and honestly, I can't even fucking blame him. Like, it's a dad who's lost fucking everything, and a second shot at love. If I were him, and I had tears, I'd fucking cry too. Fuck. As for the story, well, it's a little less, well, okay, I would say the main component is, it does okay. Like, I like Max's witty banter here, even though I know other reviewers like Racevic didn't like what they did with Max, where he just throws F-bombs and asshole all around, and how depressing his one-liners are and zingers, referring to things like the cheese strings in Baghdad line certainly had me wondering, who wrote this? And then Fallujah was like, what? Although I certainly liked, like, the beginning lines when he's talking about how he's working for the Broncos and his displeasures with most of them, like how he calls Marcelo an idiot and he rags on Fabiana. Actually, I think the only Broncos he says good things about, or enough of them, are Giovanna and Rodrigo. That's it. He doesn't have a very high opinion of everyone else. And frankly, I can't blame him. Just looking at that party-going life and everyone drinking booze and blow, it makes me want to just clock out too and go somewhere else, because holy shit. This is their idea of fun? Fuck me. But, you know, as kind of banal as the first, 5 or so chapters? No, 6 chapters of Max just fumbling through Sao Paulo, trying to get Fabiana back, and, shooting up a bunch of people, and then shooting himself up with a bunch of drugs and alcohol is. And honestly, it's just kind of depressing watching the man go like that. You see there's still bits of him that, underneath all the pain, pun intended, that wants to do good. Like in, the Jersey level. Minor spoilers. But, Max sees a girl get mistreated by, as the girl would describe, a suntan Guido. That line gets me. Max just, sorry for the pause. But, Max just can't take it and shoots the girl. And it's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. And for all his troubles in saving one girl, he gets the whole New York greaseball mobsters on him, and that's how he has to go to Sao Paulo. Where I guess it's not any better, because now instead of greaseballs, he's shooting up, well, Brazilian gangsters. And they're quite brutal. Holy shit. Fun fact. One of the scenes involves a torture with, like, 3 tires being lit on fire. I didn't know this was a real execution method. Turns out, it actually is. Shit. Actually, funnily enough, my stint in Max Payne 3 got me searching up random things about Brazilian culture, like, I learned how to rap Sorceriso Favela for whatever reason. Let's see. I learned about certain foods, like, farofa, and Brazilian steakhouses. I forgot what their main cut was called, though. I think it was called the Alcatra? No, wait. Ah, now I remember. It's the picanha. That's it. Man, that thing looked good when I saw a Fogo de Show video. Kinda want to try one of those someday, but, well, another time, another place. Anyways, after 6 chapters of Max just fucking about, Chapter 7, well, maybe not you, but I certainly rooted for him. He finally throws away the alcohol habit and tries to get things straight. Even if I think cutting his hair bald was a weird choice, it's like, I'll take it. At least Max is trying again. Although he still has major problems and, doesn't really have much of a game plan, so he fumbles the ball quite a few. But, in chapter 11, though, that's when Max really gets the ball rolling. He fucks up a human trafficking center. Then in the chapter after the next chapter, you go into the corrupt police compound and you fuck that place up immensely. And then lastly, Max actually stops the villain and gets revenge for all the dead people that he failed. And the man's finally started to move on into the sunset. And it's kind of poignant that this time, the final part of the trilogy, we don't hear his concluding thoughts. Max just silently walks off into the sunset after drinking some soda. It's honestly quite touching, if not inspirational. Here's a broken man who's finally began to pick up the pieces and move on, despite, being an old fuck and down and about. He's finally done something, good, wholesome even. stopping corrupt politicians and shit. I know that's not how real life ends up every time, but it's still quite inspirational, I'd say, seeing Max go from a drunk to someone who tries again. Overall, I liked Max Payne 3. I liked it so much, I made a dumb trailer, I learned Portuguese rap just for it, and I tried my best to make the best gameplay possible, hence my various restarts when anyone sees that playthrough. Overall, I love the Payne trilogy. I would recommend anyone to play it. Or, hell, watch me play it if that's what you want. It's a good trilogy, and I'm glad the first two are getting remakes, and I sure hope they're fucking good. I really hope they're fucking good. Anyways, let's move on from Payne 3 to the next couple of games. The Force Unleashed. The Force Unleashed. One of my favorite childhood Star Wars games. Oh man. When I got this thing rolling, I didn't know what I was in for. But when I picked up that stormtrooper and chucked him all over the place and made the guy pirouette, I knew I was in for a real good time. And it was! Holy shit. Doing those saber combos with lightning and actually just using lightning in all sorts of ways. Damn! It felt so good to be a Sith Lord! Well, okay, technically Starkiller isn't a Sith Lord in that game, but dang! The way he just ragdolls so many people with the Force and what have you, and the fluidity of the lightsaber combos. It really was a treat, and the story, well, I can't believe it used to be canon. I mean, shit. With Vader's voice, the Chad Vader guy got really close. Not gonna lie. It was certainly an interesting one. Whew. And, of course, the music's the lovely stuff you know from Star Wars. Along with the Force Unleashed theme being pretty epic, too. Story-wise, it was interesting seeing, you first help out Vader, exterminate the Jedi and such. But then Vader, well, backstabs you. And you have to wing the rest on your own. So you go about trying to start a rebellion, still working for Vader and all. And, at the end, you get to choose whether you want to be a Jedi or, well, finish off Vader for revenge. Of course, that's not the canon choice, but, well, this whole game's not even canon anymore. Still, it was really fun, just running around like that, playing Force Unleashed again. Only this time, years later, with a bit better understanding of mechanics and all. To some extent. I wish more games had psychokinesis this smooth, but the only other one I know of that does is, Destroy All Humans. Overall, I enjoyed playing Force Unleashed again. And it takes me to the next game, which is also a Star Wars game. So, without further ado, Battlefront 2 Classic. Fuck. I got way better at this game than I ever was when I was younger. Back when I was younger, I couldn't even fly a spaceship. In fact, back when I was younger, I turned on the invin code, and that's how I beat the game. So for this time, I figured I'd do this without the invin code, and for the most part it went well, except for Order 66. Who the fuck designed the freaking library of that level? Holy shit, I just don't understand. That stuff was hard, because you have to try and gun down the Jedi, while, leaving one book pillar. Except there's so many Jedis, and they fucking murder those book pillars like nothing, so... Damn. I mean, once you got past that part, it was home free, but getting past that part took me quite a few tries on stream. Even I was getting kind of frustrated. But alas. It was a fun experience, and I really liked the narration style of the 501st Journal. In fact, I thought about doing similar, like, monthly reviews to that style, where I just frame it as, like, a journal of mine, and I try to narrate all the things I did as a VTuber, but that one kind of fell through. Maybe I'll revisit the idea someday. But until then, what more can I say about Battlefront 2 that hasn't been already said by everyone? It's a fun game to stream. It's nice to talk about all the things that go on there. It's nice to play as the 501st. Space battles are smooth. If you ever try it, Galactic Conquest is interesting. And let's see what else. The Jedi and hero characters all have their little gimmicks and control pretty smoothly too. It was a game that was well ahead of its time. I will say that. One of the best Star Wars games. Now, I've been mostly saying good things about all the games I play. So, forgive me for this next quasi-hot take. Transistor. I heard it was a good game. It was made by the people who made Bastion, which I liked, so I thought, I'm gonna like this game too. Yeah, I didn't get into this one as much as I thought I would. I liked the gameplay, but I didn't give a shit about any of the characters. I mean, by the time you meet most of these guys, they're already dead, so there's nothing for me to work with. And that level where I thought I was gonna fight the Camarada and get a bit more, they die too. Actually, no, they killed themselves already, and it's like, what? Then I'm just mindlessly going to the... If I really think about it, I mostly just kind of played this game mindlessly. If not just straight up for the combat and the music, there was no other motivation. And I get the point of the ending, where you can have all the power you want, but with no one there, it's just pointless, but... Playing through all that for the ending felt pointless in itself. And there's just... I just really couldn't jive with it, unfortunately. And I thought, maybe I'll try it again someday, but I'm putting this one on the back burner. For now, I never quit games, or I try not to. I don't want to be one of the people who just drop games on a whim and never come back and have you ask me, hey Kaku, are you ever gonna continue that game? And I'm like, maybe, someday, and then like 6 months later you ask me the same question. Yeah. No. So, that's my only negative for this whole video, I think. Or hopefully one of the only negative ones. The next game, though, this came as a surprise. I was recommended this one by someone who, the the creator of this game unfortunately passed, but when I read this one, I didn't know what to expect. Hell, I haven't even read a VN in a while. Back then, the last one I read was like a bit of a KFC one, and then before that was like a Cyclops dating VN. But this one, it was really surprising. And kinda wholesome. Since the whole premise is you end up on the train of the dead with a bunch of people who are getting ready to move on or still have their last doubts and all. And it's a tale of how you help them, and they help you in turn. And it was pretty interesting. I think at one point you even talked to a tree, and plants. And, it was just a wholesome tale, period, on the values of life and such. And how fast it can fade, but how much you can really make of it, even at the end. And, well, it's hard to describe in words. I'd say just play it. It's such a wholesome tale. I didn't even think I had the capacity to go, "Dah," but even I couldn't help it. Just a bunch of people trying to help each other, even though they're all strangers. And, well, ghosts. Or, well, in the case of the people she talks to, they're all ghosts who've already died. If you want to see more of my thoughts on that one, I think watching my playthrough would probably be the best course of action. But other than that, overall, I liked it. For the message and the story. The music it does alright. There was one part where the music it really kicked off. It was like a pivotal point where you explore the MC's memories of a favorite food of hers. That's probably one of my favorite scenes, actually. Oh, that and talking to the ancient tree. Oh, and there was this other good one where you talk to a baby. A lot of it was just, I didn't think I'd be so intrigued by this one, but I was. So, overall, great game. And on the subject of games, this brings me to the last of the roundup topics. I did not expect this video to blow up. Holy shit, guys. Thanks so much. I posted this thinking, it's just gonna be another 25, whatever. I mean, there's so many other Guts versus whatever runs, and it's a dime in a dozen, and Elden Ring's a dime in a dozen. But against all odds, I see 3K, and it's like, whoa! Holy shit, people actually like this stuff. I kinda did a fist pump in real life. Or, not real life. Well, yeah, let's go with that. My life outside of the machines. Wait, now I'm just making this sound like a simulation. Ugh, I'm fumbling the words here. Anyway. Thanks so much for watching it, and thanks for subscribing. I didn't think you'd all enjoy it so much, and I hope to make more things you can enjoy. That fight... funny story about that fight, actually. I woke up to record this fight, and I thought, fuck, I'm gonna spend I'm gonna spend 3 hours trying to get the perfect kill. But then I just did it in one single stroke in 10 minutes. It's like, holy shit, okay, never mind. I got my perfect cut. Let's go make it. Man, I sorely underestimate myself at times. But, well. no matter. I'll try to make more Guts versus whatever vids, especially before the 24th, since Berserk's coming back. And oh man. I mean, I know people are gonna say it's not as good as Mura, and I'm inclined to agree. That man was a true talent, and it's such a shame he's gone so early, but hopefully his friend can continue and mop up where he started. Well, I think that's all I have to say for this monthly, well, maybe not monthly, but this roundup of mine. Until the next roundup, which might be an actual chatting stream. I don't know. We'll see if I get to that point or not. I'm still uncomfortable with the idea of a pure chatting stream, but maybe we'll get there someday. Maybe. But until then, enjoy me rambling like kind of an idiot, and I'll see you all on the next stream. Whatever stream that might be. Or somewhere in the future, if you're watching this like, I don't know, 2 weeks from now. In any cases, take care, have a good afternoon, and enjoy your games and life. But you already know that. Toodles.